Charge ceremony for Colonel John Papile. The ceremony will begin in 2 minutes. As a reminder, please silence your cell phones. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the official party and playing of the national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the invocation by Chaplain Sullivan.
Good afternoon. I invite you to pray with me. Heavenly Father, we ask you to join us today as we celebrate the retirement of Colonel John Papile. Colonel Papile has served his country honorably, and it's at long last time for him to move on. Thank you for caring for and watching over him these many years, bringing us to this day. The United States Army has been a huge part of John's life, and this transition may not be easy, so I ask for your mercy and grace during this time. Help him to make this shift into civilian life with ease, and may he remember his time in the Army fondly and without regret. Service in the military is both honorable and rewarding, but it's also a sacrifice. Colonel Papile has undoubtedly missed countless special events and important moments in the lives of family members and friends. Thank you, Lord, for the patriotic spirit and sacrificial heart that led to his service. May he find that time is now far more abundant, and may you help him to use that time wisely. Thank you also for those who freely gave up their time with John over the years. May those relationships now grow stronger and continue to be a source of encouragement and joy. Now, Father, I ask that you bless this time as we proceed with this retirement ceremony. In your precious and holy name I pray. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain. Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. All right, I'll introduce the official party. Seated on the stage from left to right are Major General Porter, the Adjutant General of Wyoming, Colonel Jenkins, Deputy Chief of Staff for Logistics, Wyoming, Colonel John Papile, today's honoree, Colonel Lyman, Assistant Adjutant General, Air, Wyoming. Colonel Mulberry, Vice Wing Commander, Wyoming. Command Sergeant Major Harold Pafford, State Command Sergeant Major, Wyoming. And Chief Master Sergeant Joshua Moore, State Command Chief, Wyoming. Okay, I'd also like to recognize some distinguished visitors with us today. We have Colonel Porter, Colonel Romero, Colonel Huss, Colonel Smith, Command Sergeant Major Smith, Command Sergeant Major Eady, Sergeant Major Woolery, and retired Colonel Shepard, former USBFO. Welcome to the retirement ceremony for Colonel John Papile, a tribute to his 30 years of service to the nation. We extend a special welcome to Colonel Papile's family and friends attending the ceremony today. Colonel Papile, would you please present?
Those two aren't getting off that easy. Gents, come on up front row for you both. Can't sneak in the back door, pretend I don't notice you. All right, so these two are some of my good buddies from down south of the border and part of the famous foursome. Dave Sexton, Marine, Lance Corporal, Devin Martinez, good family friend and neighbor. And quick shout out to those who might be watching on Facebook Live. I believe my dad is out there, John Papile Sr., and my sisters, Jan and Lynn.
The following is the synopsis of Colonel Papile's service. I did ask him if I could synopsize this, and he wanted me to read it verbatim, so bear with me.
You can synopsize the best you can.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Colonel John Papile was born and raised in Bristol, Connecticut, and attended Rutgers University in New Brunswick, New Jersey, from 1986 to 1990, where he received his regular Army commission through Army ROTC as an aviation branch second lieutenant on May 24, 1990. He attended Initial Entry Rotary Wing Flight School in Fort Rucker, Alabama, from September 1990 to June 1991, and graduated as a UH-1 OH-58 pilot. First assignment was with the 2nd Battalion, 2nd Aviation Regiment, 2nd Infantry Division, Air Assault, Camp Stanley, South Korea, from June 1991 to June 1992, where he served as the Battalion Class 3-5 platoon leader, then as an OH-58 Aerial Scout platoon leader with Company C, 2nd of the 2nd Aviation Regiment. He was reassigned to the 18th Aviation Brigade, Airborne, at Fort Bragg, North Carolina, where he served as the Deputy Brigade S4 and further leader. In 1994, he was reassigned to Fort Rucker to attend the Aviation Officer Advanced Course. Upon completion, he attended the Aero Scout Instructor Pilot Course and served as an Aero Scout Platoon Commander, instructing newly assigned aviators. He separated from the active Army in April 1996 and moved to Colorado. Colonel Papile joined the Wyoming Army National Guard in October 1996 and was assigned to the 1022nd Medical Company Air Ambulance from 1996 to 2003. During which time he transitioned to the UH-60 Blackhawk. He served as an Air Ambulance Section Leader, Platoon Leader, Flight Operations Officer, and Company Commander. From 1996 to 2000, while serving as a traditional soldier, he taught science at Thomas Jefferson High School in Denver, Colorado. He left teaching for his first AGR assignment as the training officer for the 1022nd Medical Company in April 2000. Colonel Papile's command assignments include Commander, 1022nd Medical Company, 2001 to 2003, Commander, 960th Brigade Support Battalion from 2007 to 2010, and Garrison Commander, Camp Guernsey Joint Training Center from 2014 to 2017. Colonel Papile's mobilizations and deployments include Flight Operations Officer, 1022nd Medical Company, S49 Bosnia-Herzegovina from February to September 2001, Company Commander, 1022nd Medical Company, JTF CS Fort Carson, Colorado from March to June 2003, Battalion Commander, 960th BSB, Camp Virginia, and LSA Commander OIF 9.2 from July 2009 to March 2010. Prior to his current position as the USPFO, Colonel Papile AGR assignments were Deputy USPFO 2016 to 2017, Chief of Staff 2017, Deputy Chief of Staff Operations 2015 to 2016, State Army Aviation Officer 2013 to 2015, Deputy Chief of Staff Logistics 2007 to 2013, G3 Training Officer 2004 to 2007, G3 Mobilization Officer 2002 to 2004, and Training Officer for the 1022nd Medical Company 2000 to 2002. Colonel Papile and his wife Eileen live in Fort Collins, Colorado. Their son Sean is a third-year student at Colorado State University and also a senior airman serving in the Wyoming Air National Guard. Their daughter Fiona is a third-year student at California Polytechnic State University, Cal Poly. Major General Porter and Colonel Papile, please post. Attention orders. To all who shall see these presents, greetings. This is to certify that the Adjutant General of the State of Wyoming has awarded the Distinguished Service Ribbon to Colonel John A. Papile, Joint Forces Headquarters, Wyoming Army National Guard, for exceptionally meritorious service to the Wyoming National Guard with outstanding achievement and devotion for over 20 years of military service in the United States Army. His military career positively impacted and enhanced the Wyoming Army National Guard's mission and well-being. Colonel Papile's outstanding performance is in keeping with the finest traditions of military service and reflects great credit upon himself, the Wyoming Army Guard, and the United States Army. From 2 April 2007 to 1 April 2017, given under my hand in the city of Cheyenne this 14th day of October 2020, signed Gregory C. Porter, the Adjutant General of the State of Wyoming. Certificate of Appreciation. Well, please take your seats. Certificate of Appreciation is being presented to Colonel Papile for his service in the Armed Forces of the United States of America, signed by the United States Commander-in-Chief, President Trump. Certificate of Appreciation for outstanding and loyal service in the Wyoming Army National Guard, with personal note attached, signed by Governor Mark Gordon. Certificate of Appreciation and Recognition for over 28 years of service in the Armed Forces of the United States, signed by Major General Greg Porter. A U.S. flag flown over the Capitol on 18 September 2020. And a Wyoming state flag flown over the Capitol on 18 September 2020 for his service to his country. Last but not least, the coveted lapel pin. The all-important bumper sticker. And the useful warm retirement jacket. All right, Eileen McCluskey, please join us on stage. Families are a significant part of a soldier's career. Today, Colonel John Papile's wife, Eileen McCluskey, is being presented a Department of the Army certificate of appreciation for her own unselfish, faithful, and devoted service. Her unfailing support and understanding helped to make possible her husband's lasting contribution to the nation. Signed, Chief of Staff, Army, General James McConville. Wyoming National Guard Certificate of Appreciation to Eileen McCluskey for the support and assistance you provided throughout your husband's 30-plus years of service to the state and nation. Signed, Major General Greg Porter, the Adjutant General, along with some flowers presented by General Porter. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the Adjutant General, Major General Porter.
Stay a little bit apart. First off, just wanted to thank the family. Every time we do one of these retirements, it's really a recognition of a lot of years of service. And it's always been frustrating to me that John has looked far younger than his years for most of that. He looks about 35 right now, but his service has spanned over 30 years. I wanted to tell his father out there, thanks for being with us today on Facebook. And I hope you get a chance to see us and recognize really just how much John means to the Wyoming Military Department family, and certainly for you folks here. It's been such a fabric of our organization for so long. It's amazing that the time has come. You know, when John first told me back in probably March, April, early that he's decided to move on. You know, it didn't seem real. It never seemed real at this time, because I've served with John for a long time, about 20 years. And during that time, John's expertise, his knowledge, has been the thing that stands out to me above everything else. I can trust what John says when he tells me, either serving as a G4 or the PFO or whatever position that he served in, that he was talking about. I didn't have to go back and look to double check John, because he's just good at everything that he does. And that trust is rare that we do that. And I appreciate that about you in your entire career, is the professionalism that you brought to your duty. And if there's one thing that I would say that hallmark of your service is professionalism, as you did that. I don't know if you remember this. I do. We got to play a ping pong match in Kuwait. He beat me. It was his table. It was his table. So I mean, it wouldn't be it. But just an opportunity while we were out there to just to decompress a little bit and see what was going on. And it's kind of a wicked slide, so I'll tell you what I can do. And John, I just think I remember that a lot as we go forward. And so you left a significant mark on this organization, and it's going to miss you. We're going to miss you. I wanted to give you my coin just as a small token. We do actually have another presento for you. If you'll let us, we have something for your state flag to go in. It's still getting manufactured, so that hopefully that we'll come down and give that to you in person. But in the meantime, thanks for making the Sword and Shield in our Wyoming Military Department the great organization it is, and we're going to miss you there.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Deputy Chief of Staff for Logistics, Colonel Jenkins.
Afternoon, everybody. Hey, John, General Nesbitt couldn't be here this afternoon. I think he's off on one of these game and fish deals, counting for 9 eggs or something. He wanted me to express to you some words that he told me this morning. I wanted to say thank you for all your service to the organization, to the Army, and comrade in arms on our last deployment together. And a thank you to his family for supporting him all these years. So on behalf of General Nesbitt, I want to give you one of his coins. And from me, thank you for the mentorship and everything else. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Assistant Adjutant General for Air, Colonel Lyman.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. John, really, thank you so much for being here to be part of this ceremony. It really means a lot to all of us. You and I have been peers for a long time, running around Joint Force Headquarters. Let's say you were in Korea?
It was. First assignment,
Yeah,
1991-92.
I was there in 1992 at Osan, so we were probably running around there together.
Sure we were. It's been a little
Yeah,
time.
we were running around here.
In your air-conditioned barracks.
In my nice barracks. But you've had a long, distinguished career, and really one of the high points of your career is having a great family and mentoring a son to join the Wyoming Air Guard. So that's pretty cool.
Supposed to get smarter.
So air conditioning is in your future. So that's already happened. So I'm going to present you with my coin of excellence. coins, but I think that you may not be the first Papile to have this coin. Is that true, or is that not? Right? Did you earn one or not? Did you not get one that time, or did you?
No, you gave me one at the track one time.
That's right. So here's the lesson I learned. Never challenge a Papile to a race if you know they're going to win a race. So I was the wing commander at the time, and I thought I was in pretty good shape. And I'm like, okay, I'll go down to student flight and try these guys and gals out, see what they can do. So I challenged them all. Let's go. We'll do the PFT, the fitness test. Run was first. And I thought I was pretty fast, but this kid took off. And I just saw the back of his head. So at the very end of it, we're running, and I was like, what's your name? He's like, Papile. And I'm like, huh. I know one of those guys. So, nice job. And seriously, John, it's been a pleasure and an honor. You have always had that smile on your face, and even when I was down, you picked me back up, and it's just been a pleasure and honor, certainly. Good luck.
Thanks, Paul.
Ladies and gentlemen, Vice Wing Commander Colonel Mulberry.
I'm going to the microphone, and I might be a minute. Okay. So if you want to sit down, relax. All right. Can you hear me? Yes, please. That would be great. No. Okay, so, well, first of all, thank you for allowing me to be part of your ceremony today. For those of you who don't know, John and I go back 25 years. 25 years ago, I moved to Cheyenne from Bismarck, North Dakota, and I transferred from the North Dakota Army National Guard to the Wyoming Army National Guard, and we were in the 1022nd together. And I was a specialist, E4, and he was a captain, O3. That's important in a minute, so keep that. Yes. Amazing. We're both amazing. So, so fast forward, right? Fast forward about 5 years, and I think I was in E5, and you were probably in 04, and I decided to go to the Air Guard and commissioned as a second lieutenant. Also important, 01, 04. So for the last 20 years, I have been giving John grief about which one of us is smarter as I creeped up on his rank, and now we've been the same for a few years, right? So obviously it was me. I was the smarter one. Obviously, but as I stand here today, I have to think about who really is the smart one, and clearly it's not me, because tomorrow you are going to wake up, whatever time you wake up. Maybe put a mask on, probably not. Hell, you probably won't even put your pants on for all I know. I mean, I don't know what you do at home. But you're not going to have any stress, I know that. And I'm going to wake up to my alarm and put my mask on and my pants. Not necessarily in that order. But if tomorrow is anything like today, maybe I won't even have my pants on, because as I got dressed to come here today, I realized I didn't have pants. So literally, these are not my pants. I had to run around the wing, find someone's pants to wear. But sir, I will have a mask on, because safety first. So even if I don't come with pants tomorrow, I will have a mask on. But I will come here and I will face COVID again, and readiness and manning and budget cuts. I'm going to do it with a smile. You won't know I'm smiling. I'm going to have my mask on. But you are clearly the winner today, my friend. So in all the years that you've been working here in the PFO, I know that the Air Guard drives you crazy in our processes, just a little. And I've never really figured out why. Like, I don't know if we drive you crazy because we're not like the Army, or if it's because we don't seem all that stressed out. We spend a lot of money and none of us go to prison. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the deal is. But I did not want you to forget all of that. I did not want you to forget us. So I got you a little something. Of course, it's a pink bag, but it has blue. Yeah, I didn't break the rules. But on a more serious note, from Colonel Divert, who regrets that he can't be here, but apparently he likes elk hunting more than he likes you. He wanted me to give you his coin, and his coin says, "Your actions shape our culture." And that could not be more true for you. You've always led by example. You do follow the rules. You have no problem telling me when I'm not following the rules, or about to not follow the rules, just maybe once or twice, yeah, but I ignored it. But, no, I didn't break the rules, I didn't. But this is from Phil Dimer. Congratulations, you will be missed.
Ladies and gentlemen, State Command Sergeant Major, Sergeant Major Pafford.
Hey, so, and I want to thank the family just like Jim Porter did. We can't do anything we do as without the support of the family as soldiers. And I also want to tell Colonel Papile thank you for everything that you did for all the soldiers in the Army Guard, but also on active duty too. And I also want to thank Colonel Papile for not throwing me in jail one time. First time, you know, I was new to the State Sergeant Major position. There was a soldier stranded in Alaska at the airport. And first time I ever been talked to by an 06, he brought me in my office, but just so happened Sergeant Major Pafford bought an airline ticket with his government travel card because I was taking care of soldiers and I didn't want to be stranded at the airport. So again, sir, I thank you for not throwing me. But again, also, sir, just thank you for what you did for this organization. And oh, by the way, I was also stationed in Korea, and I think all the Army guys went to Osan for relaxation.
We did. That was literally R&R.
That was a remote assignment.
So on behalf of all the soldiers, I just want to present you with one of my coins, and I appreciate it.
Cool. All right, so from USBFO, so I have a couple things to say about Colonel Papile. So you know, a lot of people develop a sense over time. They develop a sense of danger, a sense of something's wrong's happening. Colonel Papile has a sense of, hey, what free food is in the JFRC? You do. And by the way, you have to be first in line because he does take quite a bit of food. But to go along with that, as you can tell, he's kind of fit, as we heard Colonel Lyman say. Son takes after him. So he does do a little bit of a workout. Now, for the rest of us that have already turned 50, or going to turn 50, you know, what's your idea that you would think of when you turn 50? You go on a beach, relax up in the mountains, not Colonel Papile. He decided to go to Washington State and run 50 miles for his 50th birthday. So, I mean, that's quite the achievement. So to go along with that, we thought, as we were in the USPFO thinking through what could we get him, we decided to get him a few things to keep him up on his physical fitness. So, we have a long sleeve cycling jersey.
Bonus. Nice. So need one of those.
We have a short sleeve cycling jersey. I know you like to go camping and elk hunting, which you never seem to get at elk. And then, of course,
Sore topic.
do you remember for the Army, because he likes to eat, we got him this, I don't know, I think it weighs about 5 pounds, is a chocolate crunchy peanut butter with chocolate chip. Makes 27 cookies. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Colonel Papile.
Alrighty, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to kind of lean on a script because I had a lot to say, a lot of folks to remember, and as my brain's getting a little older, I can't remember it all. So bear with me for a few minutes. So good afternoon, Colonel Porter, Chief Moore, distinguished guests, family and friends, and of course, my family, some who are here today, and some due to COVID couldn't be with us today. Thanks for taking the time to share this retirement ceremony with me. Story begins with two people to whom I owe a debt of gratitude beyond measure. That's my mom and dad, John Papile Sr. and Virginia Papile. Who provided guidance, love, an unwavering support for me in whatever endeavor I chose. When I enrolled in ROTC in 1987, he supported me 100%. And 33 years later, I thank you both for providing me that foundation that would make that 30-year career in uniform the most fulfilling that I could ever imagine. That foundation was instrumental in making me the man, the soldier, the officer, the husband, the father, the brother, and the friend that I am today. The values I learned growing up on Seneca Road in Bristol, Connecticut were those of honor, integrity, service before self, empathy, and loyalty to friends and family. In addition to my dad, my sisters, Lynn and Jan, could also not be with us here today due to COVID. And thank you both for your amazing support and grace that you've shown during the 30 years of overseas assignments, deployments, and missed family events. The next chapter of this journey started in 1989 on the back porch of 64 Plum Street, New Brunswick, New Jersey. On that warm August day, I met the woman who would forever change my trajectory and the seat in the front row, my wife Eileen. When I met you, my life changed forever. You have and always will bring out the best in me, and I'm forever grateful to you and your patience in joining me on this ride. Through one overseas assignment, 2 OCONUS deployments, 1 CONUS deployment, numerous 2-week annual trainings, drills, extended absences, TDYs, you name it, you shouldered the burden of keeping our family right side up. You made it seem effortless, but in fact, I know it wasn't. It's because of you that our family flourishes. We all succeed because you've given so much during this 30-year military career. Thank you. Our kids, Sean and Fiona, were also able to make it here today and are seated in the front row. You've both given me more than you could ever know. You've provided me purpose beyond measure, and I'm so proud to have shared in your journeys over the last 23 and 21 years. Sean, you've grown into an amazing, creative, and incredibly talented man with a promising future. Senior Airman Papile, I'm super proud of you. Fiona, thanks for skipping school and flying home from Cal Poly to be here today. You too have grown into an incredible woman with an amazing intellect, huge heart, capacity for love, and an inquisitive nature that knows no bounds. I'm incredibly proud of you as well. Alrighty, now some of you are probably wondering, I thought this was about me, about my retirement. But the bottom line is this: I can't tell my military story and celebrate its conclusion without making it abundantly clear that none of us, not me, not you, got here alone. We learn, we grow, and we experience life. Those who share our orbit shape who we are and how we treat our fellow man and woman, how we soldier, and how we lead. There's not enough time in the week of days to recognize everyone who's had a profound influence on my life. But indulge me for a few minutes while I mention a few. Captain Maine, my ROTC instructor, said to me once on my ROTC scholarship application, the best cadet at Rutgers. Poor guy, he was so wrong. It wasn't true, of course, but as a parent thinks everything you do is the best, Captain Maine made you believe more in yourself. So, Captain Maine, thank you. Dak Shepard, not to be confused with Tim Shepard, this was Department of the Army Civilian Shepard, retired CW4, Vietnam Cobra pilot, and my flight school helicopter primary instructor. He taught with kindness and compassion, a lesson I would go on to emulate when I became an instructor pilot myself. Thanks, Dak Shepard. Lieutenant Colonel retired Joe Ryan, Commander of B Company, 2-2 Aviation. He's a great friend and mentor, demonstrated true leadership and incredible intellect. Joe really taught me to think more deeply and lead more deliberately. Major Dave Logie, Brigade S4, 18th Aviation Brigade, also a great friend and charismatic leader. Probably the most even-keeled officer I ever served under. I don't think I ever saw him upset. And he taught me a critical lesson. Slow down and think. An afternoon naps are critical. Captain Dan Hokinson, Commander B Company, 1st and 229th Attack Helicopter Regiment. He, of course, is now the Chief of National Guard Bureau. Then Captain Hokinson was the most influential commander in my career. With a wit second to none and an intellect to match, Dan led his company with presence, charisma, compassion, and character. Seeing where that got him, I'd say that those attributes are the right stuff. He's the real deal, a leader who lives his values and soldiers will follow anywhere. Colonel retired Tim Shepard, Timmy the Trainer. I served under Tim in several positions and followed in his footsteps for many others, including the State Training Officer, Deputy Chief Staff Operations, and finally as the PFO. As y'all know, Tim demands the highest standards, and the greatest lessons I learned from Tim are: 1, customer service is paramount to our business. Strength is everything. You can't get there without aggressive, targeted recruiting and retention efforts. Number 3, if it's worth training, it's worth planning. And last, there's always time for PT. First Sergeant retired Dennis Craig. Dennis served as the First Sergeant of the 1022nd during my time as commander. Dennis was old school. He didn't put up with any bullshit. He told it like it is, and he was as loyal as they come. When the commander made a decision, there was 0 daylight between him and the commander. Dennis held the highest standards and was the master of all things USR. Command Sergeant Major, Candy Anderson. 960th BSB Sergeant Major. Candy was my right-hand woman for 3 years in the BSB, including a year of deployment as a Sergeant Major of Camp Virginia. Candy balanced out our command and looked out for my blind spots. Thank you, Candy, for all you did to support me and the soldiers of the 960th BSB. Sergeant Major John Woolery. John served as Sergeant Major of the Training Center during my time as commander. Sergeant Major helped me establish and maintain the highest standards for performance, physical fitness, and administrative actions. Sergeant Major, if you're here, thank you for all you did to support me and the soldiers of the Training Center. Lieutenant Colonel Robert Rickow. He's not with us today because he's out on elk, and he'll probably be successful. Robert and I served together for only a short time in the training center, but have served closely together during my time as a USPFO. Robert loves to go on long runs, especially in the heat, and he once expressed, "Yes, I would love to run 8 miles today in the heat." No, he didn't. Robert he's a consummate professional and a true leader. He's intense, he drives hard, and he brings out the best in soldiers. So thanks, Robert. Lieutenant Colonel Toby Alkire. Toby and I have served together for 5 of the last 7 years. During my time as Deputy Chief of Staff for Aviation, Toby was instrumental in the day-to-day operations of the flight facility. And as my Deputy USPFO for the last 3 years, Toby has set the highest standards for performance in every functional area of the USPFO and was directly responsible for improvements in all metrics across the board. Toby, thank you. Thank you for your friendship and support over the years. I'm excited to see how far you go in this outfit. Cw3 Travis Reinhardt. When I first hired Travis into the G4 in 2008, I knew right away that I wanted him right by my side in any position I moved to. Travis has always been a steady hand that helped me shape policy and implement standards. Travis is a great friend, confidant, and has made a huge impact in the positions he has served. Thank you, Travis. I'm confident wherever you go, the organization will be better because of it. Sergeant Major Harold Patrick, standard bearer for our organization. You've provided steady leadership in every position you've served, culminating in your current position as the Army CSM. I've often received counsel from you and have always appreciated your advice. Best of luck to you in whatever your future holds. Brigadier General Alkire, Steve as he loves to be called. He doesn't. Is an intentional leader, overall decent man. His steady hand and temperament has helped guide this organization for many years. I've appreciated his counsel and assistance, and best of luck to him and his family in his future endeavors. Major General Porter, sir, I've appreciated your personable approach to leadership. You truly care about soldiers and airmen and have fostered an environment which allows soldiers and airmen to achieve their very best. I've enjoyed working for you over the last 10 years and especially appreciate the relationship that you and I have had in the last year, and especially appreciate your retirement, obviously, as the tag. Thank you, sir. Colonel Chris Smith, Staff Judge Advocate. Chris and I have intersecting responsibilities, and I often depend on Chris to provide the sanity check for the many opinions that I have to provide. With his help, we've navigated many thorny issues, such as government shutdowns, fiscal law issues, and other things. Chris, I know you're out there somewhere. Thank you. Colonel Lyman, Colonel Walworth, Colonel Thiebert, Colonel Mulberry, Colonel Herder. My Air Wing brothers and sister, thank you for letting me into your wing and providing insight into the Air Force world. It's a strange world. I hope I've been, I can only hope that I've been value added to you and your staff. Because of your collective leadership in the wing is probably better poised than ever to secure J models, and best of luck in that. Colonel Jason Salzgiver, PFO 1, where are you? PFO number 1, so it's kind of a joke. So PFO number 1, he's been kind of PFO number 2 for about the past couple of months. And obviously once we tried to cross that line of departure, he is now PFO number 1. Jason and I have been friends and colleagues for many years. Jason comes to the USPFO position with a wealth of experience in USPFO land, serving as Chief of Contracting and last as the Deputy USPFO before leaving for the USDA. I stole him back from the USDA 2 years ago to help us through some bumpy patches with contracting personnel stability. After I announced my intention to retire, Jason expressed an interest in assuming my position. He applied for and was selected through a rigorous process to replace me. And with Jason, you'll get a humble leader with the organization's best interests at heart. Thank you, Jason. Jason, you have the controls. All right. That was pretty good. Positive three-way transfer. That was awesome. Last, to my USPFO team. Most of them are seated in the room here today. This position has been the culminating position of my career. I applied nearly everything I learned in a 30-year career, and I gave it everything I had. Because of your consummate professionalism, you made my job incredibly fulfilling, and I will miss each and every one of you. All right, as you noticed in the slideshow at the beginning of the ceremony, it's all about people. There were photos of colleagues, of friends, of family who have shaped my journey. None of us achieves what we have without their collective support. I offer my thanks to you, my family, my friends, and my colleagues. Your influence and support has meant more than you will ever know. As I pull pitch and break contact, I know that I'll carry my experiences with each and every one of you wherever I go. Thanks so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, please continue to stand for the departure of the official party. This concludes our ceremony. Please join us in congratulating Colonel Papile and his family with a receiving line outside the near door. You are invited to stay and enjoy refreshments outside the doors of the auditorium. Thank you.